Welcome to Home Fit Active Stretch. So I just completed our high-low cardio segment, which you should have done on Tuesday, but now I'm gonna go ahead and go right into active stretch. So I'm filming these back to back, but that's how I would suggest it to you. So it doesn't have to be that you did high cardio, but I do suggest doing a workout prior to a full stretch class, such as this one, as you're already loose and you're not feeling super tight, especially through your hamstrings and your lower back. You're very warm and you're loosened up. We are gonna spend a little bit of time in the beginning getting warm, so we will be able to get that aspect a little bit, but it's always better if your muscles have really been worked and are truly warm down deep. But we are gonna go ahead and get started. This is going to be a nice movement to really help you focus on your body from your toes all the way up through the crown of your head. So we're really gonna take our time to breathe, and that's one of the biggest pieces I want you to think of, is breathing through these moments where we feel very, very tight and a little bit stuck or defeated in these poses and movements. So the only thing that you're gonna need today is water, if you want it, definitely a mat, or a towel is always really good too, to be able to lay on, that has a little bit more comfort for your spine. We are gonna use a band, but you can use a yoga strap, you can use a band that has stretch to it, or you can use a very long towel for some of these movements. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our feet. So I want you to plant those feet, they're about hip width here. And you wanna feel like you're pushing into the four corners of your feet and lifting long and tall versus just standing here. Lift all the way from your feet, all the way to the crown of your head. Breathe nice and deep. And roll those shoulder blades down the back. Nice, strong, confident posture here. We're gonna go ahead and focus on our feet a little bit now. So we're gonna pull our toes up off the mat and then push them down and feel like you're trying to squeeze the mat between your toes. Go ahead and relax, lift your toes up as high as you can, and then push them down and try to squeeze the mat. One more time. All the way up with the toes, all the way down, try to squeeze the mat. Good. Now, which a lot of people have a hard time with this, is just lift your big toe. Push the other toes into the mat and just lift your big toe. Sometimes it helps to look. Also, if you can, check out your fingers, because most likely you're doing some weird stuff with your fingers, thinking that they translate into your toes. All right, now drop your big toe and lift your tiny toes. Awesome, good, and relax. I want you to try to roll the right foot in and then roll it out to the side. You're just putting a little bit more pressure on the inside of your foot to the outside. For some of you, this might be a lot of pressure, maybe too much. Move to the other side, same thing, roll it in, roll it out. You're not compromising your knee because you're rolling your body weight a little bit off of that foot. Good. And then you're gonna go ahead and come back to a nice proud stance. Push through those feet, stand all the way up nice and tall. Now we're pretty much in a narrow stance here. We're gonna sweep our arms up and overhead as we sink down to a squat. So you're gonna push hips back, really lean forward, reach it up as you stand back up. Good. And down, pull, and squeeze the elbows by your sides. Now reach down like you're scooping it up all the way up. Good, pull, squeeze into your back. Look down, reach down, sweep the arms all the way overhead. Pull the elbows down by your sides. Good. Exhale, pull. Two more. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, pull. Now really push through those feet. Push. Good. Little squeeze through those legs. Push. And pull. One more. Push. And pull. Very good. We're gonna keep it here. You can go a little bit more narrow. Give it a shot. We're gonna inhale all the way up with those arms again. This time as you sweep it up, hold it up, stay in that chair position. You're trying to bring the biceps back by your ears, framing your face, palms facing each other. So the pinkies are forward, the thumbs are facing behind you. Eye gaze towards the floor, but forward. Weight really in those heels, not allowing those knees to cave in. Good. And now inhale, push it up. Inhale and exhale, pull back down, chair pose. Now hands together towards the center of your chest. Inhale. Exhale, and now we're gonna twist to the left, trying to bring that right elbow to the outside of that left knee or top of that thigh. Eye gaze to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. paying attention that the knees aren't swaying side to side. They're solid in that position. Inhale, center, arms long. Exhale, raise it all the way up. Good. Rain the fingertips all the way down by your sides. And we're gonna go ahead and grab that band. Good job. So that created quite a bit of heat. Heart rate's up a little bit here, especially if you are just starting to do any exercise prior to this. Enough heat where we can continue through this and the muscles are a little bit warmer. We're gonna go ahead and grab that band. So I'm using a large loop band, totally fine. Again, long towel, yoga strap truly is the best thing to use for this though. So if you have that, good. We're gonna grab that band, get those arms nice and straight. So that band is about 2 feet apart here. We want it to be wider than our shoulders. So from this position, feet are hip width, maybe a little bit wider. Now we want to really push those feet so we feel confident and strong through our legs. Now I want you to keep the knuckles here forward like they're in 2 punching positions, okay? 2 fists. Now just push the fist forward. So it's almost like you're rounding your upper back. Nothing else moves. Now squeeze the shoulder blades back. Good, now this is your movement, this is it. Push it forward, squeeze it back. Push it forward, squeeze it back. So what we're doing is creating a little bit of tension by just getting a little pull on that band so there's no slack there. Now pushing it forward, you're lengthening those little stabilizer muscles in your traps behind those shoulder blades, and then you're gonna squeeze it back and utilize those muscles. So you're squeezing and you have complete control. Push it forward, squeeze it back. 3 more, push, back, squeeze, push it forward, back, squeeze. I don't know, I lost count. Push forward, back, squeeze. Good, release the arms. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades down and back. Keep this position, good. Separate the hands again, same position, same length. Now you're gonna raise it up overhead as high as you can. Yes, this band is on my face just a little bit, but that's all right. And then you're gonna lower it back forward. Nice and slow. Same thing, shoulder blades, roll them down and back, keep them here. Arms are straight, raise the band up. Good, just a tiny, tiny bit of resistance, just so there's no slack on the band. And lower it down. Good, totally relax. Roll it down and back. Squeezing those shoulder blades, keep them there. Raise it up. Lower it down. Good, we've got 1 more, totally relax. Roll the shoulder blades down and back, squeezing those shoulder blades. Separate the arms, no slack in that band, raise it up. Good, lower it down. Good job. So we're gonna stagger our stance. I'm going to keep that same position, go a tiny bit wider on the band. I'm gonna go left foot forward, right foot back. So this is going to be a balance challenge as well. So I'm gonna go from the side to start and then I'm gonna turn and face you. So balance challenge, keeping that right heel off the floor, really pushing through that ball of your foot. Now in this position, we're gonna do a slight bend in this left knee. So it's like a little crescent lunge here. We're gonna push this forward again. This is our starting position. Shoulder blades down and back. Stay here. I want you to inhale, and as you exhale, start to twist your upper body. Arms stay straight, eye gaze staying right in between those hands, and then bring it back forward. Now check in with your core. Keep it tucked underneath your shoulders so everything is stacked. Shoulders, core, hips. Inhale, exhale, twist. Back to center, good. Be aware of that left leg, knee, ankle, foot. Push to the 4 corners of that left foot, not allowing that knee to sway. Inhale, exhale, twist, hold. Keep breathing. Hold. On the next exhale, bring it back. Good job. Relax the arms. Same position on this next one, we're gonna further it. So you can drop that heel at any point if you need to, all right? Inhale, back forward. Shoulder blades down and back. Inhale, good. And now we're gonna exhale and we're gonna twist to the left. Reach, 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 reach. We're pulling the band apart in both directions, but we're trying to reach that left pinky towards our left heel. And we're gonna inhale it back up to center. And we're gonna exhale it back through that twist. Arms are straight, shoulder blades back. Pull, 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 pull. Control, good. So those legs have to stay steady. There can't be a lot of wobbling here. Strong foundation. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, twist, reaching. No slack in that band. Good, push through the feet, bring yourself back up. 1 more, just those shoulder blades. Good, core is tight. Pull on that exhale. Reach, 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 reach. Left pinky towards left heel. Inhale, back up. And relax those arms. Step it up, good. We're gonna go for a couple of shoulder rolls here. Just loosen it up, couple shakes. Couple shoulder rolls, loosen it up. Good job. Now I'm gonna face you this way. Right foot forward, left foot back. Again, really push through those feet. The feet are where everything starts and it will end if you're not focused. 4 corners of that right foot, really push. Small bend in that left or that right knee. Back foot, really pushing high off that foot. All right, arms in front. Pull the shoulder blades back. And now you're gonna twist to the left and exhale forward. Good. Exhale, twist, forward. Good. Eye gaze right between those hands. Chest is following. Keeping those arms straight, but not pushing too much into those elbows. Good. You're not forcing anything. You're not whipping this position. Hold on the next one. Twist, exhale. Stay here, continue to breathe. Good, shoulders are relaxed down from the ears. And then bring it back towards center. Good. Now we're gonna go ahead and further the stretch. Shake out those shoulders again. All right, now we're gonna be twisting to the right. All right. Inhale the arms up. Shoulder blades back. Good. Arms stay straight, no slack in this band. Push through the feet, strong legs. Exhale, twisting to the right. I want you to feel like you're trying to pull, like you're trying to pull that band apart in both directions. So the left is pulling away from the right as you reach the right pinky back towards the left heel. Inhale, stand in control, pushing through those feet, strong legs, same thing. Exhale, twist, strong legs. Pulling that right pinky back towards that left heel, coming right back up. Strong, strong, strong control. Good. Strong legs. 2 more. Reach it back. Awesome. Bring it back. Eye gaze following. And exhale. Last time. Strong legs. Strong feet. Bring it back up. Nice and controlled. Very good. And a release. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put this off to the side. We are gonna need it when we come back down to the mat. So from this position, I want you to get a nice wide stance. Now the toes are gonna be angled out just a bit here. Perfect, good. We're gonna push the hips back. So we're getting our nice flat back here. Squeeze the elbows and shoulder blades back and come right back up. Nice inner thigh and hamstring stretch. Go again, push it back. Legs are straight, not fighting the position with those knees, allowing the knees to go out in the direction of the toes. Micro bend in those knees. Back up. Good, just for safety. Not a bend, just not completely straight. 2 more. Push it back, flat back, flat back. Good. Squeeze the elbows back. Good, and come back up. Core has to stay tight and working with that lower back. So we're not pushing it out. Okay, not posing. Tighten, flat. Now just lean forward, hinging from those hips. Bringing the elbows back. Pulling the core up. Good job. Now angle the toes forward. Perfect, good. And then fully collapse forward, fold it forward. Hands can come to the mat if you can reach. If you want, you can step it a little bit wider, as long as you're comfortable. And stay here. I'm gonna step to the side a little bit here. Stay here. Good, so head is relaxed. Eye gaze is down towards the floor. Toes are forward, they're no longer pointing out. Now do your best to fold yourself, bring your forehead towards the floor, and that might require that you bend the knees. Good. So we're stretching out that lower back, really lengthening it out. If you can plant those hands on the ground, that would be helpful. Balancing you out, pushing through all four corners of that feet, keeping you stable. Good. If you want to try to lengthen out those legs a little bit, as long as you can keep those hands planted, then you're going to reposition those hands so that fingers point behind you. And just start to walk nice and slow, reaching behind you. Now, if this is far too much, don't attempt it. We're not trying to force anything. We are going to challenge ourselves a little bit, but we're not forcing it. So it shouldn't be incredibly uncomfortable or painful. You should just feel the stretch. Very good. Head is relaxed. Jaw is relaxed. Breath is moving smooth. Really lengthening out those hamstrings. Start to walk it back. Good. Eye gaze is now not looking behind you, but now looking back towards the mat. Little bend in those knees if you need to. Good. Heel toe it in. And take your time to come down onto all fours. And we're going to continue on the mat. Here on all fours, we're going to check in with everything. So being here on your knees, if it doesn't feel comfortable, for example, I have a very thin yoga mat and then obviously wooden floor here. So what you can do is just double up on your mat and give yourself a little extra cushion for your knees, or you can set your towel there, pillow, whatever you need, as long as you are going to be stable and it's not going to be wobbly. So from this position, fingers are wide, stacked underneath those shoulders. Really push into those hands, so you're creating some space between those shoulder blades. Checking in with those knees, they're not touching in together, they're out nice and wide. Those toes can be tucked if that helps you stay balanced, or you can untuck them. Either way, as long as you're comfortable. So here, we're gonna start nice and slow with the movement again behind our shoulder blades. So here, we're really pushing those palms, creating a lot of space between the shoulder blades. Now, this is not as easy as it may sound. I want you to relax and almost allow your chest to fall through the shoulders here, but my arms are still nice and long. So this would be almost going into inappropriate turtle-like posture. And then you're gonna push those palms again, come all the way back up. This is all control through the shoulders, stabilize our muscles behind the shoulder blades, into your traps, even down into your lats. Good. Now this is really just good active work for those little stabilizer muscles, because they are everything when it comes to strength training specifically, but even into a lot of cardio movements. You need to have control over the muscles, and those little stabilizer guys really help you to be smooth and controlled and continue to see an increase in your strength and endurance. Good. Last time, squeeze. Good. And then settle right back here into that neutral position. So from here, we're going to go into a bird dog, which, if you are a client of mine, you're already well aware of this movement. So from here, it's going to be opposites. Left arm, right leg. Watch first. I'm going to reach in both directions at the same time. If you don't go at the same time, you're going to teeter and maybe fall in one direction. So we're going to lift at the same time. I'm going to stop here. I'm flexing into my right foot, so my toes are pointing towards the ground. My left thumb is towards the ceiling, but my fingers are free, not a fist. Free. And then I'm going to pull it right back down to that same position. Again, hip width and shoulder width. Opposite side, right arm, left leg, reach in both directions. And again here, I'm not falling down into that position, I'm really pushing through that shoulder. And then come back down, controlled. This is a slow movement. All right, join me. Reach, good. And lower, match it with that breath. Inhale, and lower. Awesome. Inhale, and exhale. In and out. Good, all nice and controlled. Now flex into those feet, firing up your glute and hamstring. Using those muscles doesn't mean you're not going to be able to stretch them. You're using them to keep you balanced and in control of your body. This sets you up to get used to using your body when you need to rely on it, not just when you're training glutes. Perfect, good. We're gonna go one more time, both sides, but we're gonna hold it. So reach out, hold. Belly button is up, flexing through that right foot, thumb towards the ceiling on the left hand. Nice straight right arm, not allowing yourself to sink down. Exhale, lower. Good, opposite side. Right arm, left leg, reach in both directions. Flex into that left foot, not into the knee. Toes towards the ground. Belly button is up. Right thumb towards the ceiling. Strong right shoulder. Long, straight, tight left shoulder. And release. Very good job. We're gonna go ahead and go into this position only with the lower body. So, left leg, nice and straight. Now we're gonna cross it over that right leg. Doesn't have to go super far, just enough. Plant the ball of that foot, arm stay straight, and you're gonna look over that right shoulder until you can see, or get close to seeing, that left foot planted. So here, we're pushing the hips over to the left, not allowing the ball of that foot to move. Looking for that foot behind that right shoulder. Arms are straight. Pushing the hips to the left. Hold. Hold. Keep the ball of that left foot planted. Awesome. Eye gaze back to center. Bring foot and knee right back down. Opposite side. Reach back with that right. Cross it over the left. Plant the ball of that foot. Push into those palms and look over that left shoulder, making sure that the ball of that left or that right foot doesn't move. Lefts and rights get confusing in this position. Pushing the hips to the right. Arm stay straight, but keep breathing now. Keep breathing. Pushing the hips. Trying to push out from that heel. Really trying to stretch through that hip on the right. Good. Eye gaze to center. Relax and bring that foot right back down. Awesome job. So we're gonna go ahead and walk these feet out until we're in a plank position. Nice and straight, high plank. Everything is tight, just like we just worked on in that bird dog. Inhale here. Exhale, peel your hip creases back and up into that downward dog. Little bend in the knees. Push it up. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, push it up. Keep pressure in those fingertips. Inhale, knees. Exhale, hips. Every time you exhale, pushing the hips up, I want you to think about trying to push your chest closer to the tops of your thighs. Good. Really stretching the back into your shoulders, your chest. Good. Now hold it up in that high position, and you're gonna alternate the heels towards the ground. Awesome, good. Keep relaxing the head, relaxing your jaw. Good, now hold your heels at the highest point, and then try to exhale them down towards the floor. If you can't touch, that's totally fine. Get as low as you can, stretching out the calves, all the way up. One more breath. Awesome job. We're gonna transition it forward, taking your time, plant the knees. We're gonna go all the way down onto our backs. So take your time. Lower, 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 lower. Good. Now from this position, you're gonna relax those feet so the tops of your feet are on the mat, but they're pushing into the mat because you're gonna use them a little bit here. I'm gonna back myself up a little bit. So from here, palms underneath those shoulders. Try to squeeze the elbows into your sides. Now I'm keeping my chest lifted mainly because my mic's right here, but you can lower your forehead to the mat. Squeeze the elbows in. Now, tiny, tiny, tiny bit of pressure into those hands as you lift yourself up, little baby cobra. Good, and lower. One more time, inhale. And exhale, lower. Good, now we're gonna extend the arms out. So we're at a wide position, thumbs to the ceiling, pushing into the tops of those feet. Now same thing here, shoulder blades down and back, squeezing the shoulder blades together. You're gonna inhale and raise the arms up in that wide position, but keep those feet planted. Raise it up. Keep it here. Reach it back, palms facing the ground. Reach, 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 reach. Think about someone pulling on those fingertips, raising your chest up, and then bring it back forward. Thumbs to the ceiling and lower. Good, this is not easy. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Raise the head. As you raise the thumbs towards the ceiling in that Y position, hold it here. Draw it back behind you, palms facing the ground. Someone's pulling on those fingers, raising you up a little bit more. Bring it back forward with the arms. Keep it, keep it, keep it. Thumbs to the ceiling and lower. One more. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Thumbs up in that Y position, raise it up. Reaching behind you, palms facing the ground, pulling on the fingertips. Bring it back forward. Thumbs to the ceiling and lower. Awesome job. All through those stabilizer muscles. It's not stinking easy. You did it. We're gonna roll right over onto our backs, but you're gonna need that band. Okay, we are feeling good. All right, so with your band, we're gonna start by looping it right underneath, if not touching, the ball of your foot, okay? Now, again, your towel might not be long enough for this, so if this is the case, what I'm gonna have you do is hold your knee or hold your foot. If you can hold your foot, that'd be great, and I don't expect you to have a straight leg through this position. All right. You're gonna go ahead and lengthen out that left leg. We're focusing on the right first, so all we're gonna do is anchor out that left arm at a T, and now from here, you're gonna keep pulling the right leg in. Relax the left leg, relax the left shoulder blade down to the mat, keep pulling this right leg in. You might start to get some shakes here, and that's totally fine. Keep pulling it in. Lengthen out that leg as best you can without hyperextending that knee. Good, now point the right toes. Keep pulling in. Good. Keep pointing the toes. Awesome, good. And now go ahead and go for a hard flex. You're really pushing that heel up to the ceiling. Again, not trying to hyperextend that leg. Pull again towards your chest. Hold. Little bit of shaking here. That's okay, breathe. Don't become impatient with yourself. If you start to feel pain, release a little bit, but continue to breathe, don't brace. Good, now just a regular, soft, neutral foot here. Same thing here. We're gonna try to lengthen out that leg, keep it as straight as you possibly can. And if you're straight as you possibly can is here, that's fine. All right, from that position, we're gonna lower it out to the side. So nice and controlled, drawing it out to the side. Good, not allowing that left hip to pop off that mat too much. So if you already are, then draw back a little bit. From here, reach your stopping point, and that stopping point is not touching the ground. Even if you're flexible enough to touch, we're not touching the ground. Good, hold it here. Hold it here. Awesome. Now draw the toes up towards that shoulder. Good. There you go. Keep anchoring that left shoulder blade down. Awesome job. Hold it here, hold it here. If you can touch the floor, rest it here, but don't release the stretch. Keep pulling the toes up towards your shoulder. Good, hold. Awesome job, hold and breathe. Eye gaze now, transfer it over to the left fingertips. Check out those fingers. Relaxing that left arm. Eye gaze back to center. Nice and controlled without bending that knee. Draw it right back up just the way you brought it down. Now we're gonna switch hands, left hand with the band, and we're gonna anchor out that right arm. Now this is gonna be most likely a smaller range of motion, which is totally fine. Lengthen out that leg, start to bring the right leg over to the left. Now here we really don't want the hips to flip over because you will lose that tension. Keep pulling that right shoulder blade down, reaching. Good. Now push through that right heel a little bit, a smidge, without hyperextending that right knee. Good. If you can flip that hip, go for it. We're just gonna keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. Good. And now once you reach your stopping point, if you're touching the floor, great, but don't lose that position. So my big toe is touching the floor, but I still have tension on that leg because I'm not bending my knee, keeping it as straight as I can. pushing through that heel. Look over to your right fingertips. Hold and breathe. Relax that left leg. Hold. I know. Keep holding. Eye gaze to the ceiling. Slow and controlled, just like the way you brought it down. Control it back up above your hips. Good, and just let that band hang out and draw that right knee in towards the center of your chest, keeping that right foot flexed. Getting a nice stretch down into that glute. Relax your head and neck. Very good. 2 more breaths. Awesome, good. Now we've got 2 beautiful legs, so we're gonna go ahead and do on the other side. Right leg is nice and straight. We're gonna go ahead and bring that band, same position. Ball of the foot, and then slightly underneath the ball of the foot. Left hand with that band, anchor out the right arm. Pull it in. Now, it has a tendency, because you're pulling with that left arm, to bring it out wide, but you'll start to hit notches on your back, lower back, where it doesn't feel super comfortable on the floor. So you want to keep the legs stacked and narrow over that hip and stay here. Pull it in. Good, remember we're relaxing that right leg. Let it just be here. Keep pulling it in. Good, now you think you've reached as close as you possibly can. Straighten out that leg a little bit more. Point the toes. Good. Feeling that stretch through the top of your foot. Didn't know you could stretch it, huh? All the way into that shin. Pull a little bit more if you're a runner. You're probably really feeling this. Good. And now go for a nice hard flex here without allowing that band to slip off. Good, so keep pulling on the band on the foot. Keep flexing the foot. No movement of that band, really keep pulling. Good, a little bit of shaking here, again, totally fine. Good. And now go back to that neutral flex of that foot. Starting with inner thigh, we're gonna start to draw the leg out to the left, controlled. Good, you might have to inch your hand up on that band. Good, control, control, control. Hit your stopping point prior to touching the floor if that's where your flexibility is at. Keeping that foot flexed. Good. Push through that heel a little bit more without hyperextending, remember. Eye gaze now, looking over to that right hand. Very good. Relaxing the right shoulder blade down to the mat. Keep it there. Now, if you can touch the floor, great. Go for it. But draw the toes up higher towards your shoulder. Hold it there. Hold, hold, hold. Again, try to go through the same progress that you did on the opposite side. So if you took a progression on the right, take it on the left. Hold and breathe. Again, shaking is totally normal. If you're touching the floor again, don't relax that leg completely where that knee is bending. Keep energy in that stretch here. Pushing through the heel. Eye gaze back to the ceiling. In the same way that you brought the leg out to the left, draw it back up nice and controlled, stacking the leg over the hip, readjusting your hands on the band so the right hand comes to the band, left arm anchors out to that T position, and we're gonna start to bring it across your body over to the right. Slow and controlled. Good. Now we're gonna reach a point here where we feel a lot of tension. We're gonna hold it here. On your next exhale, eye gaze over towards that left hand. Keep trying to anchor down that left shoulder blade best you can. Keep that left leg straight, pushing a little bit through that heel with control, not too much, it's a smidge. It's more internally, something that we wouldn't really see. Good, now if you lower to the floor on the other side, go ahead and do the same thing in here with control. Good. Now my big toe is resting here on the floor just like I did on the other side. I'm not losing a ton of tension in the stretch because my toe was touching. I have energy and control through my knee, not putting too much pressure on that knee. Foot is staying flexed. Good. 2 more full breaths, slow, controlled. Eye gaze back to the ceiling. And with control, draw that leg back up towards center, using that right arm, using the band. Good. And now we're gonna go ahead and let that band just hang out, hug that knee into the center of your chest, flexing in that left foot. Good work. Hold it here. Relaxing your head and neck. It's easy to start to brace. Very good job. Go ahead and release that band and take your time to roll onto one side. And you're gonna face me, coming to a seated position. Awesome. Good. All right, we've got a couple of stretches here, and we're almost done. Okay, find your posture here. And this position might be enough for you to just hold. You might have to kind of lean back into it, but do your best to try to push through the sits bones, and kind of move the fleshy part out of the way. Otherwise, it's going to cause you to start to round. I always suggest this if you're in a place where you can be on your couch or have the couch behind you, so you can use it a little bit to keep you in that position. Relax here. We're going to go ahead and windmill the left arm, or the right, what is this? My left. Reach all the way over top, and we're gonna exhale, bring it to the mat, inch up the hands a little bit, and we're gonna start to bend that left elbow. If you can touch the floor, but still keep your right sits bones planted, fantastic. If you can't, still fantastic. Go where you are. Once you're there, eye gaze starts to twist up towards the ceiling as you reach overhead with that right arm. Good. Palm facing towards me. And now keep pushing through that left hand or forearm so the sits bones on the right can stay planted. Relax that right shoulder. Eye gaze can be to the ceiling or down towards the floor if that feels better. One more breath. Inhale. Pull yourself back up to seated. Good. Right hand plants. Windmill the left arm up. Do the same thing here. Walk the fingertips out a little bit. Plant that right elbow if you can. Or if you're up here, still good. Reach it over. Hit that stopping point, relax into it. And now put more pressure in that right hand or forearm so that left sits bones stays right there. Good. Pull it back. Eye gaze can stay up or down, whatever feels best. Awesome. Keep the seat here. Good, and roll it right back up. Awesome, couple shoulder rolls here. You're doing great. Good, all right. Last position. Now sit bones, find them again, because we're repositioning, going into a wide V. Again, if your back is on something, totally fine, but just try to fight this position. Pull your chest up, sternum is lifted, chest is lifted, stay proud. In this position, feet are flexed, toes to the ceiling. We're gonna take that right forearm, bring it to the inside of that right leg, knee, mainly inner thigh, push against it a little bit as you open up your chest, reach up and stack that right wrist, or that left wrist over that left shoulder. Eye gaze is up. Hold it here. Keep pushing into that inner right leg. Feet are flexed. Trying to push the hamstrings down into the ground. And you're gonna inhale up, reach both arms overhead, eye gaze forward, exhale, bring in front of you, reach, 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 and then let the hands fall where your stopping point is. Go ahead and point your toes. Hold it here, relax your head. Good, ragdoll it back up, dragging the hands. Reflex the feet, opposite side. Left forearm on the inside of that left inner leg, thigh, and a little bit of that knee. Reach up, pushing into it, reach up, stack the right wrist and right shoulder. Eye gaze is up, shoulder is down from the right ear. Keep pushing in the inner thigh to the left. Pushing the hamstrings down, keeping the flex in the feet. On your next exhale, reach both arms overhead. Inhale here. Exhale, fold it forward. Keep reaching like someone's pulling on those fingertips again. Pull, 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 reach, and relax. Good. Anchor through those fingerprints. Good, keeping the feet flexed. Awesome job. Hold, Good, and point those toes again. Keep pushing the hamstrings down and ragdoll it back up. Very good. Thank you again for being here for a nice, lovely, lengthening active stretch class with me in my dining room. So from my home into your home, thank you for having me, and I will see you again very soon. Stay happy, stay healthy.